I'm going to show you how to code the chain of responsibility pattern. Here you can already see the chain. Here you can see the instance that I created from this class. But when I create that instance, I pass another instance to it, and you can add multiple of them here, or you can change this order. Now you can already see I don't have an @ sign, therefore my validation is failing. Here I can add the @ now it is true. I can remove this one, then it should be false. Alright, let's start coding. First, I'm gonna create the validator interface. It has validate function. Input is a string. Return value is a boolean. Now I'm gonna create required validator and export it. I'm gonna implement validator here. Here I'm gonna implement that function, validate function. Before doing that, I have to create a constructor. We have a private variable called target. It is either a validator or null. By default, it is null. Now here I'm going to implement the logic that related to required validator. To be a required property, you must have at least one value, right? And we are getting a string. Therefore, const is valid equal input dot length greater than 0. Now we have to implement the part that related to the chain. If is valid is true, if this one is a false value, we don't have to go to the chain. We just have to show it is false. So in this way, our performance is higher because you don't have to go to at the end of the chain. If the third value is a failure, then we block the chain. We don't go to the fifth value. That's why we add this is value. Then I'm gonna add this dot target, because if it is null, there isn't anything to check, right? Here I'm gonna return this dot target dot validate, and I'm gonna pass thing. Now if everything is done, like all the things are done, at the end you have to check whether this is valid is true or not. This is the last value. That's it. Okay. Here I'm gonna replicate that code and add the email validator here. Email. Then here I'm gonna check only whether we have this @ sign. Now you can see this one is true. If I remove @ it is false. If everything is empty, it is false. Now you can modify this logic to share a different value. Like you have to change the boolean into a different object, and like status success or fail and the reason. You can do that modification and you can get an error here instead of true false. It's totally up to you. Consider that homework. Practice that on your end. Also, I want to mention one thing. This chain of responsibility pattern also implement single responsibility principle and open clause principle. Single responsibility principle means this class handle one concern and this class handle one concern. Also, it implements open clause principle. Why? Because if you want to add a new feature, you just have to replicate this code and change this invalid function and this name. That's it. You don't have to touch existing code. You don't get it complete, or your test won't get failed. You don't have to do a QA test on all features. You just have to add the new functionality. That's what open clause principle means. Your code should open for extension, close for modification. Have a nice day.